Damn, I don't have any tissue. So I wanted to wait to make this video just till I got all my thoughts straight, just so that I know I'm talking from pure fact and not emotion in any kind of way. Apart from some interjections that I may make where I state how I felt about certain things, I will be talking as objectively as humanly possible. Bear with me though, because it was low-key a traumatic situation. So, on the 19th of last month, there was a leak in there was a leak from the bathroom sink. Right, so I woke up at 4:30 that day because I had to be somewhere very early. And I went down to the kitchen and to make myself, coffee. And to my surprise, the floor was wet. I could hear it before I could see it, obviously, since I do not see that well. I'm visually impaired. Anywho. So, I look, I see that there is leakage from a crack in the ceiling. I go upstairs to look at the pipes and in the bathroom, see like, oh, is there anything I could do from up there? And I try push the pipe because I thought it would come out. I try push and water starts gushing. It turned from a leak to basically an indoor rainfall. Yeah, ironically, it was raining outside that day. Rain outside, rain inside. The rain inside was heavier. It was pouring all over the bathroom floor and all the way through down to the kitchen, through the crack in the ceiling, and also all the way along. And so obviously I had to call a plumber and my mom, who was not home at the time. Neither my mom or brother were there at the time, so it was just me in the house with the indoor hot water rainfall. Yeah. I called the plumber. I called the plumber, I asked how quickly he could be here, how he wants to be paid and all that. And he states and he states that he will be here in like 45 minutes. And yeah, he shows up. He looks at it, he's like, oh yeah, this is very, very bad. What an understatement. Of course it's very, very bad. And so, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is RSV plumbing from, it says it's here, but like the guy is actually in Leicester. So yeah, there's that. I just googled emergency plumber. I mean, there's 4, and people in my age bracket have never had to deal with plumbing emergencies. Forgive me for not knowing. But I call him. It comes out. And he comes out, he looks, he says, oh, it's very, very bad. What an understatement. Of course it is very, very bad. And it's like, okay, so in order for me to stop the water pouring, I'm going to need you to pay 400 cash up front and then 420 by transfer. We'll get into what I will get into the logistics of the pricing in a minute. Let me just continue with the original story at hand here. So he's saying what? So he's standing there under the fall of water, under this like literal rainfall of steaming hot water, talking about, okay, so are you going to give me the money so I can stop the leak? Now, of course, like any individual, I was thinking in my head, so if I said no, this guy would actually walk out right now. Even though I hadn't been combative about the pricing, of which I don't want to ruin it, but I should have been. But, like, anywho, I hadn't been combative about the pricing. I said that I would get it. And so I had to, obviously call my mom. She showed me where she was keeping her money because she was traveling. When you go back home to visit, take care of whatever business or charity that you have going on back there. It was the money for that. To take care of relatives, etc. Bear with me, I ain't got no tissue. Come on, bro, please. Please, I want to get this done. So I get it. I give it to him. And he's like, so I get it. I give him that half. He stops it and he's waiting for his other half, That's well, that's what we agreed upon since I had no choice, And I just wanted to interject here really quickly and point out that the prices were fluctuating like mad. The amount of numbers that were being thrown at me in this 45-minute time period was very interesting. It was kind of hard to keep. It was very hard to keep up, yes. And you're kind of at their mercy because you have no choice because, well, do you want an indoor rainfall that's going to ruin all the floors of your house or just the floors in 1 or 2 rooms? It's like picking the lesser 2 evils here. And so, sorry, just making sure. It's not really the amounts. I mean, the amounts are exorbitant, but it's not really them that bothers me the most. It's the fact that it's not as if the amount, it's the fact that the amounts just kept fluctuating. That's the disturbing part. It's clear that, someone's trying to capitalize on the situation at hand. I think even your average 10-year-old would realize that. But of course he stops and he's asking for his second half. And so now that had to be done by my mom. And if you're wondering why she wasn't there, she's a nurse. She works nights. She's in the middle of giving residents medication. Damn it. Sorry, normally I edit out all the crying, but I can't do it this time because I really wanna get this done. It's been keeping me up at night for the better part of a month. So yeah, there's that. But that's not important for now. That's not important for now. I can still talk. Um, Damn, I've never cried on camera before. Like, I feel deaf, but he was oh, let me see. I can do this. Yeah. He was also he was also really trying to fearmonger me by talking about how an electrical fire could start and wires could this, that, and the first. I have done a little bit of reading on electrical fires, and that's not exactly how it works. The wires corrode. It works like this: the wires actually corrode over time, and then that could cause sparking, which could cause a fire. It's not like how he's describing it, but salesmen want to make these sales. They want to upcharge, even though they're already upcharging you. So let's carry on. Sorry, I jumped a lot. I was not that great with technology. So, it's taken her a minute. And she still actually has to give out the medication, mind you. Because she's the only nurse there on that floor. So she has, or is it in the building? I forget which one. But yeah, she has to give out the medication still while trying to do this. Because of course, residents in care home, they gotta take their medication at certain times that can't really be interrupted. So in that time period, he decides to sit down, make himself very comfortable, sit down, cross his legs, spread his arms across the chair, and he's trying to make conversation, telling me about how wonderful my hair color is. And asking us what we do, and he decides to make this remark that I feel is quite offensive, which is, how come if there are free adults in this house, why would you be struggling to come up with the money? Bearing in mind what time it is, bearing in mind the time of day it was, this is the wee hours of the morning. I'm the only person at home, and half of this has to be done over the phone. Even if this was regular pricing, it would take you a minute. What, do you have a job to be at 5? I'm laughing because it's that this was Christmas to him. Do you have a job to be at 5? No. So, I did say that, projects, charities and stuff back home, that we, put into. So, yeah. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. So, I just felt kind of stupid. Almost as if, yes, you're supposed to have 1K on hand so that you can hand it over to a plumber who is definitely upcharging you if the need be. Now, don't get me wrong, you are supposed to have emergency money, but for you to keep for you to be keeping $1,000 or more in your house just at any given time is it's kind of a lot to expect from people, even if there was a circumstance where something really just did cost that much, objectively. Bearing in mind that the money, at no point was I combative about the amount or anything, or showed any signs of trying to scam. I mean, this is a house that the mortgage is being paid for. I am the only person at home. I am small, and it's not that hard for anyone to tell that I can't see. Where would I run to? How would I run? Maybe someone in this exact circumstance has tried this before, but I doubt it. I will keep my thoughts about the person. Like, I will keep the exact thoughts I have about the person to myself, as that is not what is important right now. So, the second half was sent. He had his 820 in total. The leak was stopped. And he said, take a picture of the ceiling, give it to your insurance. And went on his merry way. He didn't fix anything. He just kind of stopped the water, which unfortunately I found out through both the plumber and the surveyor. Yes, a different plumber now, and the surveyor who came, that the pipes, I could go bring them. They're in the kitchen, but I don't feel like you need that. Yeah, but the pipes, just going like this because I've been holding them all day, didn't actually need to be taken out. You just needed to go to the main water tap, stop it, or turn the little valve thingy on the boiler, stop it. But no. I think oh no, let me not say that. Because, people, you don't want to give people the chance to be able to sue you for defamation, For the next, I've already said this. I'm just saying it again because I wrote it down. For the next few nights, I was very scared to sleep. Yeah, in my room. My room's the one that's like right above the kitchen. So, even though I know how electrical fires and things work, like, I don't know, man. After seeing those scenes, again, it was like something out of a movie. After seeing those scenes, I was just so, I was shook. There's no other way to put it. And so, essentially, we got shagged in it. There's no other way to put it. And to make matters worse, the surveyor actually said that for the sum that we were charged, it should have been, for the sum that we were charged, he should have actually had to fix the whole thing. There and then, like, replace it. But how would you know that if you'd never dealt with such an issue before? And anyone can call whoever they want. Of course, I can't stop you from calling nobody in Leicester to do your plumbing for you. However, you may subject yourself to off-color comments, rudimentary techniques, and a man who will follow you around your house to try and see where it is that you stashed the money. I should have mentioned this earlier. He followed me to see where the money was stashed, to try and see. He was following way too close until I told him, turn around. Yes. But yeah, you may subject yourself and to prices that fluctuate greatly. However, see, originally on my notes at the very bottom, because I had written them before the survey came, they came today, and the second plumber came today. Originally, I wrote that this could just be the regular experience of having to call a plumber out during an emergency, but a fair few things happened that day that do not sit well with me, so I wanted to talk about them. However, I found out, obviously after talking to other professionals, this is not true, and this man is just taken advantage of the situation at hand. That's it. I don't know, maybe now if I make this and I just put it up, get how I'm feeling out there, maybe now I'll sleep better at night, but I don't know why it scared me that bad. Maybe it's also because I'm so used to knowing everything, got a marketing degree. I know sales, but I also know that when you're in a helpless situation, you're in a helpless situation. So you can't add that mercy. I mean, what are you gonna do? When water's pouring down from the ceiling, you can't even, it's too hot for you to even get something like a bucket to put under. A bucket wouldn't stop it, it was flooding. What do you do? What do you do? And they know that. Every great salesman, every great marketer knows that. About the money lost or fees paid, the fact that insurance is quite interesting because there's a lot of things that they don't cover. About all of that, don't know. But what I do know is, at least I know how to turn the water off now. I'll be back for my next videos bright and happy. Of course, this happened a few weeks ago, so I've smiled and I've laughed since then, but I ain't slept well. I ain't slept well. I ain't been the happiest. Not that I'm known for being super cheery, but I'm not known for being, I'm not known for being this sad either, so I'll now be back to my relatively calm self, because I do have a whole bunch of fun videos, video ideas. Yeah. And I mean, we've seen me laugh over the last few weeks and try a bunch of fun things, so I'm okay. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna upload this as is, cause sorry, can't be asked with editing right now. Sorry, editing is for the fun, happy videos. Or maybe I'll cut a little bit, I don't know. But no backing track. No backing track. Yeah. Hey, I gave y'all your little bit of schadenfreude in it. Ironically, I have a video that's supposed to come out in like a week or so, talking about how you shouldn't give your audience too much schadenfreude. Hypocrisy? No, it's not actually. You see, there's a difference between talking about a situation that happened to you and it's over and you're happy. You're over like it's, the worst is over and things are, looking up from there, versus versus just going on about how life sucks, oh, everything about my life is terrible. Like, you see, I'm telling you, the situation's scary, but the worst is over. I'm just not really happy with what happened, and I've been holding it. Imagine, that was the 19th. The day I'm recording this is the 9th. I might expedite, put this up today, and move whatever today's video was supposed to be. Or I might put this as tomorrow's video. I'll probably do that because I think I really like what today's one was supposed to be. I record all of these in advance, but I do you know the worst part? When you know something's wrong with what someone is saying, but you know at the same time you have basically no power. You can't be your usual, can't be my usual combative, nice, confrontational self. I'm ready, I know everything, because I don't know nothing about plumbing. I don't know anything. I could maybe tighten a thingy on a sink, but outside of that, I don't know anything. Nothing. So take full advantage of that. Like, would it have been different if it was a man? Who knows? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Probably. Maybe it's like cars. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like, a well-dressed, I don't know, like a sharp-looking man, you'd probably try and take the same advantage, because, a man like that doesn't even look like he gets his hands dirty. So it's just swindle where you can. I won't post his thingy. I'll leave the link to where you can write a Google review if you want to, or look at, or maybe don't even do that. Just look at the things that other people have said. Yeah, click the 1 stars. Like, what do you think describes what do you think is the discrepancy between services? Like, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Some might argue, oh, it's your own terrible negotiation. You should have, in your panic, said that he should stop it and fix the sink. Yeah, you should have known. Well, it's like yelling at a fish for not knowing how to climb a tree. Like, when you don't even know what's wrong that's caused it, but someone will insist that you should have been able to say exactly what needed to be done. You can't know what you don't know. It's kind of like when I was talking about eyebrows and stuff. I was talking about girls' eyebrows and that. You can't know what you don't know. Like, somebody who has never had their brows done before. If you put somebody who's blonde, right, and they've never had their brows like done or even filled in before, if you put like some thick or super dark brown brows on them, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is great, I can see them now. But they don't know that that's actually, it's probably the wrong color, and it's the wrong color because dark brown is the wrong color, and it's the wrong shade, like cool, warm, neutral. So they're not gonna know. It's only for experience that you know things, right? I mean, look, all the people who are telling me that who are telling us that it shouldn't have costed that much. These are all people who, this is their daily job. They do this day in, day out. So, if you're from Coventry, Birmingham, Leicester itself, you've probably seen this guy. Maybe consider your other options first. Being really careful with these words here. Like, all the thoughts I have in my head is very different. You know, I have internal dialogue so I can hear them. Like, it's this voice. So, yeah, all the thoughts I have here and what I'm saying, they are quite different. You know what I'm saying in my head, but of course, I cannot say that out loud. So you just have to fill in those gaps yourself. Because if I just talked how I wanted to talk, it would, let's say, it would be a lot louder and it would sound a lot different. Maybe I need to develop some more haggling skills. No, that sounds like victim blaming now. Can't blame yourself for not knowing what you didn't know. It doesn't make sense.